Hey guys, it's Ep26 and welcome back to episode 26 of Finalizing Career Mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be playing two more matches as we come towards the end of the summer transfer window. First game is against Brentford, as you can see, in the EFL Cup, followed by Chelsea in the league. So those two matches are obviously quite important games, about 4 or 5 days between those matches. So we will be putting out a slightly weaker side, as you can see here. I'll be looking at your suggestions in the previous episode, your comments and all that sort of thing as to who I should sign. We still have some bids and players that we're still trying to sign from last episode. We've got Ben Foster, which we've not gone any further with really. It was far too expensive for what I was wanting to pay. Bartley's a player that we can sign if we want to, but I don't think I will sign Bartley, to be honest. Robinson, maybe, but I don't really know whether I want to sign him just yet. And then we're looking at a new centre mid, so we're looking at Diame, Delfinata at the moment. Just try and find another centre mid, a high quality one. We also need to be getting rid of quite a few players as well if we can in today's episode. The final thing for us to look at is potentially signing Lewis Cook. It was a suggestion in the previous episode, whether we try and loan him, I think was the suggestion. But he's an important first team player, so I'm not too sure whether they would allow a loan. Interestingly though, Bournemouth actually got relegated last season into the Championship, so we're actually ahead of them now in the league tables. So yeah, he might be one that we sign permanently, but I'm not really too sure, again, what to do about this one. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Before we go any further though, if we could go ahead and hit 30 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That will be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on. Let's put in a bid for Lewis Cook. Let's go with 4 million. See what Bournemouth say to that. The main things I want to try and do in this episode is sell players. I don't have loads of players up for like transfer or anything like that. I've only actually got 4 players listed: Antonsen, Dallas, McKay and Irwin. The only 4 players so far that I've got listed. But we probably need to get rid of some other players as well. We've got a lot of strikers. I know someone was mentioning about the fact that we've actually let the wage budget grow, or we've allowed the wages to increase by more than what the board said. So maybe that's something we need to look at by sort of trying to really sort of cut down the wage budget if we can. But yeah, we do have a lot of strikers. We're left with Beckford, Berahino, Dakara, then we've obviously got Roof and Wood as well. So far too many strikes. 5 is a little bit over the top, I'd say, but Dakara's going to be playing out wide anyway a lot of the time, so maybe we need to take another look at this squad and maybe cut it a little bit more. If I'm being really harsh, it might be Smith that has to be transfer listed. I know he's got quite a big wage comparatively against obviously the rest of the players we've got, and he's 26 years old, 70 overall. Although he has put in some really good performances, we might transfer list him just so we can bring in a Delph or a Lewis Cook or whatever to replace him in midfield. But let's now crack on with the game against Brentford. It's in the EFL Cup. This is the time I'm going to go with. Obviously a much changed team with us having Chelsea in sort of 4 days time. Silvestri starting goal, Coyle, Anderson and Arvidsson starting in centre back, and Angelo obviously is my left back. He's starting for the first time here, getting his debut. Phillips and O'Kane in CDM, Dakar on the left hand side, Saka on the right with Wilson in behind Jermaine Beckford. That's the bench I'm left with. Not particularly strong, but there's obviously options on there if we do need them. Let's see how we get on against Brentford. I think with this team it's going to be a little bit more challenging than usual, but I'm hoping that we can get a positive result from this. We just have to wait and see though how this goes. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a tough game, this one. I'm not expecting to run away with it. I still think that we have some quality in this side. Let's not forget, we've got Jermaine Beckford. He was our starting striker for the majority of the back end of last season. So we do still have some good players. O'Kane as well, let's not forget how good he is. He is very much, for me, got sort of a Premier League feel to him. Angelo coming from Man City as well, new signing. We do have some good quality players in this side, and this might be an opening for Beckford. Such a good chance early on. Oh, 1-0. You're not going to stop that. Opening 10 minutes. It's happened a couple of times on this career mode and my Dortmund career mode, where you feel a little bit of a weaker side. They score within the first 10 minutes, and that really sets you back. So it's disappointing. It is the first shot, I think, of the game. Well, certainly for them anyway. And he's just smacked it past Silvestri, 1-0. But yeah, disappointing. That is the first attack and the first goal of the match. Oh, that's a poor challenge. Oh, it's a red as well. I wouldn't say it was a red card, but he's gone. Ryan Woods has been sent off 25 minutes in. I don't think it's a red card. It's a bad challenge, but certainly didn't expect him to be sent off. That was very much out of the blue. Let's have a look at it again. It's not a red. It's not a red, but I won't complain. Beckford, going to look for Wilson with the pass. Wilson, can he finish it off? Good save. Sacco, 1-1. We needed that. We needed someone to follow it up. We needed the goal before half-time. Gets us on level terms. Definitely going down to 10 men has seemed to help us out, definitely, since that happened. given us 20 minutes to give it a go at them, really, and we have definitely caused them some problems. A little bit of a 1-2 there between Beckford and Wilson. It results in Sacco managing to finish off one of the parries there from the goalkeeper just before half-time, and it's 1-1. Half-time, still 1-1. We're not going to make any changes. I think we're pretty much okay to continue on with the second half with this team for now. Wilson onto Sacco. Fantastic pass, loads of space to run into. Going to need some support. Going to have to cut back in, I think. Going to play to O'Kane, and oh my days, I thought it was a goal. Off the post. Okay, we're going to make all three changes now. 30 minutes to go. Vieira, Roof and McNeil all coming on. We'll take off Wilson, Sacco and Beckford. I think we've got to make some changes somewhere. 30 minutes to let those guys hopefully try and get ourselves a second goal if we can. Don't want this to go into extra time or a second leg, anything like that. So we need the goal as quickly as possible, really. Looks for Roof. He plays it onto Vieira. Gets blocked. Still going. Oh, saved by Bentley. I think that's pretty much going to be it for this game now. They've got themselves a free kick here, Brentford. It's going to be the final chance, I'd imagine, of the game. Please don't. Over the bar. That's it. 1-1, it finishes. Does that mean extra time? I'm not really too sure how it works. I always forget how it works in cup competitions. Yes, it is extra time. Okay, so it's got to be sorted out in this game. Not ideal. I was still wanting to keep players pretty much fresh for the Chelsea game. But it looks like we're going to have to play another 30 minutes at least. Oh, Roof gets tripped up then. There's no free kick. That is outrageous. Wow, they're struggling for players here, Brentford. Roof, going to go for the shots. Oh, off the bar and in. That'll do. We're only 4 minutes into extra time. It's 2-1. Roof with the goal. Should have got a free kick a few seconds ago, but he scores now to make up for it. And we are in the lead. Surely got to keep hold of it now. They're down to 10 men. They can't put us under that much pressure, surely. Oh, Roof wins it back off the defender. Great chance here. Roof going to hold it up. Vieira. Oh, that'll do. 3-1. We managed to get another goal on the counter-attack. They nearly scored against us a few seconds ago. But we managed to hit them on the break from the goal kick. 3-1. Surely the tie is finished now. 4 minutes before half-time, and then we've got another 15 after that. Second half of extra time is about to get underway now. Hopefully we can add to the scoreline on the break if we can. And let's just hope we don't concede any goals and make this an interesting second half. McNeil onto Calvin Phillips. A final chance here maybe for Calvin Phillips if he can cross it in. Roof going to take a touch and shoot. Out for a corner. May as well just finish the game here, to be honest. But that is it. We've won the game 3-1. A fantastic result for us into the next round. Obviously a heavily changed side. So I'm very happy. It's a shame that we had to go into extra time. Obviously that has made sure our players are nice and tired, ready for the Chelsea game, which won't help us out. But 4 days rest should really be enough. Chelsea have also had a match as well, except they've lost to Man City. That was in normal time though. 1-0 they lost to Man City, so they're actually out of the EFL Cup already. So I don't know if that really affects us particularly. I think it'll be fairly even going into this game against them in the league. We'll find out now over the next few days how we got on with some of those bids that we put in last episode, and obviously the Lewis Cook bid as well. First of all, Bournemouth have accepted the £4 million bid for Lewis Cook. He's worth 4.3, but they've said I can have him for $4 million. So I think we'll go important first team player. I don't want to overdo it. I always kind of go on the side of caution, to be honest, so we will go with that. Burnley have come back and agreed a deal for Paul Robinson. This one I'm not 100% sure about. I might just bring in someone from the youth academy if we've got a youth goalkeeper to play as my third choice keeper, although bringing Paul Robinson back would be quite nice. So I'll leave that one for now. I'm not really too sure what to do about that one. Harry Arter accepted the contract we offered him in the last episode. Man City have accepted the £8.5 million bid for Fabian Delph. I don't think we'd get Delph and Lewis Cook. It'd be one or the other. For me, it's probably going to be... I don't know, it's difficult actually to say which one. Because obviously Lewis Cook's much less on his wage, but Fabian Delph is a little bit better. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm not really too sure what to do about this. Diame's come back and also accepted the contract as well, so a lot of good choices to choose from. It's just which one do we go with. Because we don't actually have anybody in the academy to promote as our third choice goalkeeper, we will have to go with Paul Robinson. We'll offer him £7.5 a week, 2-year contract, squad rotational player. We'll see what he says to that. It's obviously a pay increase, but it's not quite as £8 a week. We'll leave the other two for now. We'll wait and see what happens with Delph and Lewis Cook. They all accepted the contracts the next day, so that means we have a really difficult decision to make. Who do we sign? Who don't we sign? Paul Robinson, I think we will be signing. Although it does seem a little bit of a waste of money, I think it would be quite nice to have him return to the club as a third choice goalkeeper. I said that I needed one. I like to have a third choice keeper. Usually it's a youth player, but in this case we'll make an exception. We'll bring back Paul Robinson and have him back at Leeds. How much game time he'll get, I'm not really too sure, to be honest. It depends on injuries to keepers and that sort of thing. He could well get it a game or two. He might not get any games. We'll wait and see as the season goes by. It's difficult to tell with third choice goalkeepers how many games they will be getting. So I don't think we're going to go ahead with Harry Arter. I think we can reject that one now. For me, I'd rather have Lewis Cook than Harry Arter. Lewis Cook's wage is obviously less than his as well. Diame, 30 years old. We're going to reject it. 7 million, 45 grand a week. It's a lot of money for a 30-year-old. These two players, this is such a difficult decision between those two. I'd like to sign them both, but we don't need both of them, really. So I don't really know what to do here. Cook or Delph? I'm going to have to go Lewis Cook, I think. I'm going to have to go with the cheaper option. I think it's going to have to be Lewis Cook. Delph is so tempting. 90 grand a week, though. That's tough for me to go ahead with that. And I'm not too sure of his overall as well. Another question mark around that. I think, for me, Lewis Cook can grow better to a higher overall than Delph could anyway. So we're going to go Lewis Cook. He's 7 years younger. I think he can grow with the next, maybe, season to a higher overall than Fabian Delph. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. Lewis Cook has signed, 73 overall. Stats-wise, looks really good. Stamina, pace, everything I like for a centre mid. Also short passing, 79 as well, looks really good. Can play anywhere in midfield. So yeah, really happy with that signing. Now we need to get rid of some players. That's going to be a little bit tougher to be able to do. We obviously need to wait until offers come in for them. Speaking of offers, we've got one here, but at this time it's only a loan deal to Stevenage. 1 year loan deal. John Johnston leaves us. Berardi wants to talk about his wage. He's not happy with his current wage. He wants it to be increased. We'll take a look at that. It might be the case that we have to sell him if he's wanting really too much extra added onto his wage. So we'll wait and see what sort of increase he's after. He's currently on 16 grand a week. I don't want to go too much higher. 20 is what he's after. I don't think I will go any further with Berardi's wage. We will just crack on with the Chelsea game. We'll leave it for now. Hopefully something happens before now in the transfer deadline day. So let's crack on with the team. Let's change it around a little bit and decide on what team I'll put out for the game. Okay, this is the side I'm going to go with for the game against Chelsea. Really happy with this team, to be honest. Bailey Pickett-Farrell starting in goal. Berardi is my right back. Denea and Janssen as my centre-backs. Taylor on the left-hand side. Brudcut at CDM with Cook and Vieira in front of him. Barrow on the left-hand side. Snodgrass on the right-hand side with Berahino up front. That is the bench I've gone with. Quite a strong bench. Wilson still gets on there as well, just in case we need him. But yeah, quite a strong bench other than that. Let's crack on with the game. Let's give it a go against Chelsea. Obviously, we're not expected to win. We've already got 4 points from the last 2 games, or the first 2 games, so we are in a very good position, beating Arsenal and drawing with Hull in the last episode. Let's find out how we can get on against Chelsea. Very, very tough game, this one. Here we go. Tough game against Chelsea. Not too sure whether they will be playing their 5 at the back that they've been playing under Conte. It appears they won't be. It seems like it's going to be a 4 at the back from the way that it was set up to start with. But it's going to be a very difficult game, this one. Kante obviously in the midfield. David Luiz at the back. Mikel starting. Alright, maybe I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. Berahino into Cook. Can he finish this off? Gets challenged in the box. It's a good challenge, the referee says. Has to be cleared by David Luiz. Starting to put them under a bit of pressure now, actually, Chelsea. Caused them a few problems. Not had any clear-cut chances yet, though, sadly. Half-time, 0-0. We've completely matched Chelsea here, really. We've probably had the better chances, but still neither of us having any clear-cut chances, really. But yeah, we certainly matched them. We've looked quite good, actually, at times. Just haven't really had the quality to take a chance or create a decent enough chance to score from. Which might be the reason why the stats are saying we've had 0 shots. Brudcut looking for the ball through to Lewis Cook. Can he finish it off? Oh, he does. Lewis Cook scores on his return for Leeds. 1-0. It's a slight tactical change, which I'd like to say has done that for us. I just quickly off camera I've changed the formation to 4-2-3-1. I wasn't really going to show you because I didn't think it would make too much of a difference. I was just hoping to kind of have 2 CDMs and that would allow the front 4 to kind of go do the thing. And it's Lewis Cook who's playing as a centre attacking mid that has got himself the goal. And yeah, it has seemed to have worked out. I only made the change about 10 game minutes ago, so it seems to have worked quite nicely. And he slots at home past Courtois. And we finally managed to find that bit of quality to score a goal past Chelsea. First 2 changes, Roof and Smith to come on. We'll take up Lewis Cook, the goal scorer, and also Robert Snodgrass as well. Done that because Snodgrass struggling to get into this match at the moment. So, you know, we'll take him off. He's a little bit tired as well. Same with Lewis Cook. He's very tired. And I think they're going to want a little bit more than us now. So we've got to kind of combat that. Add some more sort of energy, fresh legs in the midfield with Smith and Roof out wide as well. So we're going to go with that. Just over 20 minutes to go. Let's wait and see how we get on now for the rest of this game. Berahino, look for the big space. Barrow's going to run into it. Let's make something from this, please, Barrow. Just switched you onto the right-hand side as well. He's going to shoot. Saved by Courtois. Decent strike, actually, to be fair to him. I think we'll play this one short and hopefully have a bit more control over where it goes. Barrow to put it in, and a place where there wasn't any players, but Jason Denayer wins it back and then loses it straight away. Oh, that's a poor challenge. Could that be a red? For me, that's more of a red than the Brentford one, and it's only a booking for Kante. See, that one for me is from behind, but he's only got a booking there. Kante had to stop the attack. We were pretty much through on goal with that pass over to the other side. And yes, for me, is it a pull? In fact, no, I think that is a red for me. Should be a red. Like I say, more of a red than the Brentford one. Final change, Lascelles is going to come on and play CDM. We will take off Vieira. We'll give that a go. I don't really want to go far at the back because you kind of invite pressure on yourself a little bit sometimes. So we will just go with bringing on the centre-back, put him in CDM. Hopefully he can win back the ball a little bit more there. Lascelles still going to look to slip Roof in. Oh, such a bad challenge. Poorly timed by Pedro. Clear penalty. Going to be some sort of card. Probably a yellow for me. It's been given as a yellow as well. 5 minutes left. And we've got ourselves a penalty. Who's going to step up and take this? Berahino. I'll let you see where I'm going to put it. Off the post. Oh my days. Nearly one back off Courtois as well. Can't believe that. Should have finished them off there with the penalty. Just a bit too far to the right. Smith turns his man. Smith. Oh no, that's deflected towards the keeper. Wow, how unlucky can you get? We could have had a couple of goals here. Just not quite got the luck. Roof going to head that one down. Another save by Courtois. Certainly been really good actually in the last 15 and 20 minutes. Roof gets past Kante somehow. Going to pull this one back. Anywhere but there. That's it though, we've won the game 1-0. It's only 1-0 win, but it's against Chelsea. It's 3 points, which we really needed to kick off this season. Such a good start, undefeated in 3 games. And it was just 1 goal that's won it for us. Very good news. Obviously, we could have made it 2, maybe even 3-0. Chelsea haven't put a very good performance out. Again, it seems like the bigger teams are really putting a little bit of a weaker side out against us, which is frustrating in that we don't really get a real sort of gauge of how we're doing in the league, but it's also helpful for us as well because we're more likely to win games. But that is everything for today's episode. I've dragged it on a little bit longer than usual, probably, so apologies about that. But if you have got this far, let me know in the comments below. I do appreciate all the support. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit 30 likes on today's episode. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe as well. That will be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, come back for more very shortly. I'll have the next episode soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.